Okay, so here we are. It is my turn racing. We are at Pocono, and we are watching the pace lap as our first part of the Carnage report. Because yeah, here we go. You'll see why in a second. David Cube has equipment issue similar to what I had last week, and yeah, not the best of starts to the green flag run. Anyway, we'll catch up with my car now. So here we are, on board with me, number 23 Blackadder car, starting in 9th place. And there have been many warnings about jumping the restart, so I purposefully don't do it. There we are, so we get a good start. Linus in front of me gets a black flag there off Doug. Passing under yellow, passing under yellow on the restart. I'm on the outside of Connery, all nice, and I hit the wall, which is okay because if you just check my mirror you will see it all cracks off. So caution comes out instantly. There we are, and we'll watch back at that one. Here we are on board with Doug. He gets a lovely view of it. Getting ready to go back under green, starting in 10th place. I've got all my damage fixed, but I'm a little bit down on speed. A good start, give Chris Coleman a push. Nothing quite as heavy as the push I gave him at Gateway, which he's probably quite grateful for. And you can't quite see it just because of field view and stuff, but we are actually 3 wide right now. We've got Coleman on the outside and we've got Tiller on the inside. But we'll fan out and get it sorted. Just a case of everyone managing to hold their line. Oh, I tried to take it wide there, didn't quite work. Lost a bit of ground, got Blakeley on my rear now. I've got a bit loose coming off one. Oh, so Harry now gets by Mark. And I decided to throw it in there with probably the largest dive bomb I've done on an oval. So, involved in a good fight with Ashley Blakeley now. That kind of carries on for the entire race. Again, it just gets up on the inside into one, and I managed to defend it, and just by running in the middle, getting the run off. And actually just gets in front, just across the line, but managed to level it up and get it done on the bottom into one. So it finally got past, and just a chance sitting behind now and see what I can do there. The draft helps me out, obviously I'm a bit down on straight line speed, but being able to sit in the draft helps me out pace wise a little bit as well. Yeah, Ashley gets tight into the wall, Mark gets loose, managed to get past Mark, and slide it inside of Ashley and get my spots back. Ashley was giving me a push into one, and he lost sight of the corner, and he goes right the way up the track there. Get a little bit of breathing space. I've got Mark now behind me. So just starting to build a gap now over the cars behind. I've just not got the speed for the cars in front, and they've all disappeared away nicely. So all going hunky-dory at this point. Starting to think about green flag pit stops and the like. There we are. There are a few cars circling that have got a fair bit of damage from the first caution. Just passing Steve there. Well, so first cars now starting to make their green flag stops. Yeah, it's where the race starts to get a bit interesting. It is only a one stop though, it's only a 47 lap race. So the strategy is not too varied, it's only by a lap or two. I nearly run over John Jarrett there, coming into turn one, just wasn't quite sure which part of the track he was going to, and I was getting such a run. Yeah, so coming in for the pits now. A little bit too hot. Lock the rears up. Touch the wall. Mark Day does it in sympathy behind me as well. As Luke Ridgway and Ashley Blakeley come in pits as well. Not great. Only gave me about 4 seconds of damage, which I get cleared off in a second. I also pit at a pretty funky angle into my box. Thankfully I do stop in time, but it's all gone a bit wrong, and that does cost me my 4 bonus points as well, unfortunately. But somehow it doesn't cost me many positions. Mark and Luke Ridgway getting out in front of me there, and with Ash Blakeley a couple of seconds behind. Not quite sure how he didn't beat me out of the pits there, but not complaining too much. Getting very close to the back of Mark Day, coming off one there. I just got a far better run. We actually did just slightly rub, backed out of it so that I didn't Unfortunately, I think Luke got a speeding penalty on the way in, so yep, he's had to nip in to serve that. That part getting incredibly tight into one, just driving it in a bit too hard there. I get a nice run off, and I believe he then pulls over and lets me go. Turns out Mark also got a drive-through penalty for speeding on exit of pit lane. That was quite easy to do. Here we are, so I've got Ash Blakeley, as you can see him in my mirror, hunting me down viciously, and we're just pulling in Stuart Pomfrey, who's stayed out so far, trying to go for a bit of an alternative strategy and gamble on a caution. Almost running over coming off two, but get it down in time. It does allow Ashley to carry on catching me at a rate of knots. Well, Mr. Blakeley's now most definitely on my bumper. He's got a very slight straight line speed advantage as well. Not helped by the fact that I did hit the wall during my pit stop. Just moving around slightly, just trying to not give him all of the draft if I can help it. Aim to run clean. I think at this point there's about 15 laps to go, and I don't know how I'm going to keep him behind. There we are, and he's right on my bumper now. Got really tucked up in free. I just managed to pinch him slightly to stop him from getting a good exit. Gets him behind, he's now run half a lane up. He'll get a lovely run off one as well. Some really good clean positional defence, positional offence. Different sorts of momentum going on. Strong in different parts of the track as well. So a really good, really fun fight. A bit loose coming off free. It's such a difficult track Pocono. You've got really long straightaways, you've got three very different corners. Not an easy track to get right at all. He actually gets underneath me now, going into three. So he's still there, somewhere up my inside, And I just get a really nice run off the corner for once. Track power goes down, get good traction, and we'll wait for it from him coming off the corner, blocking his exit off the side just. There we are, just soaking up all the pressure, just battling to keep him behind. He gets a bit low coming off the corner, gets a really nice run, and starts looking at me going down the back stretch. Drop down a lane or so just to cover the inside off. Pokes his nose in, decides better of it this time. Then he just gets a better run through the corner, drives underneath me. He's got his nose almost alongside my rear. I even think he might have just pushed me down the stretch there. Short shooters, I believe they call it. There we go. I'll keep him behind through 3. Again, he's still right on my rear bumper. Heart pounding like you wouldn't know what. And there, we're both moving around slightly, trying to find our piece of real estate. Take a slightly defensive line into the corner, run the middle on the way around, and yeah, it's got nothing for me there. Gets such a nice run there off 2. Again, he's moving around, thinking about sticking his nose in. Doesn't quite. Had to get out the throttle, got a little bit loose. Once again, he's glad to run at me coming into 3. It's really intense. Really, really intense. And I get really loose coming through 3. That gives him the opportunity just to get up towards my rear bumper once again. Looks to the inside. There we are, so we're now side by side coming towards 1. So who can brake latest? And I just about win this one. Just about get clear just as we come off the corner. Running right up towards the wall there. I mean, it's very bumpy up top, so try to avoid it as much as I can, just because it will light the wheels up. There we are. We 5 to lead another lap. Not lead, sorry. Live another lap, that's all. So this is a battle over 8th position currently. Into closing laps now. And we've also got Harry Tiller just in front of us, I believe, who's made quite a big mistake. I think he's clouded the wall in the process. Didn't bring the caution out, but it's cost him about 10 seconds on the track and a lot of speed, so we are starting to reel him in now with probably about 5 laps to go. Not quite got the pace to catch him though. Especially because we're fighting like cats and dogs. So another interesting little point to make just as we're duking it out here is this is actually my field of view for the race. So what you see is what I see, and I also, for some reason, don't run with a look left or look right button. So when you think, God, I can't see where he is, yep, neither can I. I just run with virtual mirror, which gives me a bit of a wider view angle. So I do okay, coming off 2 there. And he gets a nice one around the outside, but you're not going to pass anyone around the outside of 2. If you do, they don't want the place enough. So it's still slightly catching Harry. See, Jinx to the inside, coming into 2, but he's not quite alongside enough coming into the corner to stake a claim to it. And for once I get the run off too, just to stretch my legs slightly. Yeah, he's literally been on my bumper for best part of 18 laps, and there we go. I make a big mistake, light the rears up coming off 3, just about hold on to it. Ash jinks out to my left, gets on by, pulls away, and I think that's it. I think I've blown it. Yeah, that was quite a big mistake. I was quite lucky stroke skillful to save that one there. Right, now it's Ash's turn to get really loose, really sideways to save it. Fortunately, I was slightly loose myself, didn't get any momentum to catch up with him. And I say he's pushing really hard now to get away from me and to catch Harry up. I'll catch the curb in 2. It's definitely not the quickest way through there. I'll get a really nice run off 3, just as Harry self-spins it away as we're coming around to catch the white flag now. So that's why that didn't bring out a caution, otherwise it would have done. Here we are, white flag lap, finally got the run. It's now or never time into turn 1. And from an okay distance back, chuck it on in there, keep it down there, manage to hold my line until I get clear, drift up the track and take the position back. So that actually becomes 7th place, due to Harry having his little mistake. Oh well, he drives in really hard into 3. Oh well, we cross over on the exit slightly, and just see pushed on out wide is when I get some good traction. Let's run to the line, I get it by a couple of car lengths. That was a heck of a race, and all that for a 7th place, which is my first non-top 5 of the season in the MTR Truck League, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but it was a hard-earned 7th place. Pushed me every step of the way, and the fact that apart from the big one on lap 1, managed to go clean is an achievement by everyone who was left after lap 1. It's a 24 car grid as well this evening, which is probably 2nd highest for the series so far. Here we are, just trundling on round to the pits now. So, very good race, disappointing result, but thoroughly enjoyable all the same, and a massive shout out to Ash Blakeley for some very patient pressure applied, and yeah, most enjoyable as we pass Matthew Coleman there, just as we come back to the pits. So thank you very much for watching, if you're still watching, and yeah, next week is Watkins Glen, so hopefully fortunes will be slightly improved there. So like, comment, subscribe, share it with your gran. Why not? Catch you all next week.